Audi's bestseller in India now gets a facelift. The Q7 facelift is here in the country and launched finally in the country as well. Now, to give you a perspective, 10,000 of these models have already been basically on the roads. But out of that, 1 lakh cars have been sold by Audi in India ever since its launch in the country. So, well, to give you a perspective, this has always been the muscle brand for the company. And now with the facelift, well, not a lot has changed, but there are some tiny changes that the company has made to make it more relevant, more, good looking, so to say, in the kind of perspective or in the kind of markets it is. So you get these massive, that massive grille that you see up front with the chrome. You also get matrix LED headlamps, and you also get a new LED DRL signature, and you have the air intakes which are now functional in this car. So yes, there is a certain look of the car that has changed, but the silhouette remains the same. But there are some tiny elements that make it, well, Audi-ish. Because you know what? Audi's lighting direction, where it's taking, is going to matter a lot. And that's where the rear comes into picture. Because at the rear, there's a lot more than meets the eye. Signature LED tail lamps, that's what it gets, and you see that in each and every Audi car that is now coming out of the company's portfolio. And one look at it and you know it's a Q7. That's what it is. You don't have to look at a badge now, because these are signature LED DRLs. That's pretty good, and that looks good too. Now, it might not look aggressive as such, but the overall silhouette of the car remains the same because it's still a 7-seater. It's still a little bulky. But there's that sleek element, there are those lines that you see on the side that make it very Q7-like. Having told you that not much has changed, it's not changed in terms of price as well. 88,66,000 rupees, that's what the price is. So Audi has managed to keep the price intact and aggressive too. And that's what's going to help the Q7 gain some traction in the market. Now, the prices announced are introductory. How long this price will be applicable, well, Audi hasn't said that yet. But in the near future, that's going to change. Now, the technology trim, which is the higher trim of the two, will cost more than 1 crore rupees. But meanwhile, starting price is very, very tantalizing for that buyer who wants a Q7. Now, the cabin remains pretty much similar. It looks the same, it feels the same, the quality is intact. It's like being in the old car. Sleeker is now the word for Audi. So you get a lot of these elements around. You still have physical buttons on the car. Maybe the next generation won't have as much, but it's very familiar. It's very much Q7-like. There are a few changes made, of course, new additions to the car, and that might be only available in the technology variant. But overall, space remains pretty much same. It's still spacious. It's still very sleek inside. And yes, Audi has done a good job there. The no changes bit continues under the hood as well, because it's the same engine, 3-liter V6. We have seen that before, we have driven that before, and it's only the petrol engine that you get. No diesel on this. So yeah, no changes on that front too.